Did you know that there are 3 simple secrets that can make a big difference in your financial life? Imagine if you could master these 3 steps and completely transform how you handle your money without any complications. Today, I'm going to show you the rule of 3 factors in financial education. These factors can help you control your spending, save more, and invest wisely. And the best part? You'll learn how to apply these rules practically and effectively to see real results in your wallet. But be warned, these tips are valuable and can change the way you deal with money. Take advantage of this unique opportunity to learn and start building a more secure and prosperous financial future. Don't forget to check if you're already part of our community and stay tuned for the best financial content. Let's talk about an essential topic, financial education. Imagine there are 3 numbers or factors that we all need to control to keep our finances in check, whether it's day-to-day, month-to-month, or even thinking long-term, like for retirement. Ignoring these factors can be costly. According to a survey conducted by a financial health fintech, 41% of Americans know little to nothing about financial education. Another 37% say they have only basic knowledge, while 18% claim to know enough to manage their finances and even understand a bit about investments. Now, brace yourself. Only 3% truly master the subject and consistently keep their finances in order. Knowing this, we need to talk about these 3 fundamental factors of financial education. Managing expenses. The first factor is managing your expenses. It might seem obvious, but do you really know how much you're spending each month? According to most financial experts, it's ideal that essential expenses like rent, utilities, internet, health insurance, and gas don't exceed 50% of your income. Digging deeper, I found that most experts agree with this recommendation. So, it's important to keep an eye on your fixed expenses to ensure you're not spending more than you should from your budget. A crucial point in managing your finances: you should aim to keep no more than 60% of your income committed to fixed expenses. If you exceed this, it becomes challenging to follow the other 2 important factors in financial education. You might be thinking, but how? I have to pay rent, car payments, gas, insurance, household bills, and a bunch of other expenses I can't even keep track of. That alone takes up all my income. This reminds me of a quote from the book The Psychology of Money. Everything has a price, but not every price comes with a tag. In other words, when we buy a car, for example, we often focus only on the sticker price or the monthly payments. But what about the total cost? Maintenance, gas, insurance, tickets? All these costs are usually left out of the conversation at the time of purchase, but should be considered before acquiring an expensive asset like that. Now, if your fixed expenses are eating up more than 60% of your income, you have 2 options: cut back on some expenses or increase your income. Yes, cutting expenses can be tough. It might mean selling your car and opting for a cheaper one, using Uber or even public transportation. The other option is to focus on boosting your income. In my opinion, it's worth trying both, adjusting your spending and finding new ways to earn more. And when we talk about financial education in the US, we often need to make some sacrifices. For example, I don't own a car and instead use an old motorcycle. This helps me save a lot compared to someone with a new, financed car. But it's important to remember that everyone's situation is different. Just because I do this doesn't mean you have to do the same. If you have kids, for example, having a car might be essential for emergencies, like getting someone to the hospital. However, if your budget is tight, try cutting back on some non-essential fixed expenses. Fixed expenses include transportation, rent, utilities like water, electricity, internet, health insurance, other types of insurance, and groceries. But, of course, this doesn't mean you should stop paying for your health insurance or live off instant noodles. The goal is to find options that offer the best value for your money without compromising your health, well-being, and finances. Living more simply for a while can be helpful. How about you? Comment below if you think you could live simply for a certain period of time. Remember, there will always be variable expenses, like birthdays, holidays, and the need to buy clothes. As the book The Richest Man in Babylon says, it's crucial to control your spending. Don't confuse necessary expenses with wants. Track your expenses and separate the essentials from the rest, prioritizing what truly matters. Don't let your spending exceed 90% of your income. This advice comes from an ancient book with concepts that are over 4,000 years old, yet they're still highly relevant today. The book talks about writing expenses on clay tablets, and even so, the principles remain valid. Now, you might be thinking, I've tried to cut back on everything, but I can't reduce my expenses any further. My salary is low, and the cost of living in the US keeps rising. This is exactly why increasing your income is crucial. Let's compare someone earning the federal minimum wage with someone making $3,000 a month. While $3,000 isn't a huge salary, it can make a significant difference in your budget, especially if you know how to manage your money well. For example, if someone earns minimum wage and manages to save $100 a month, that's only about 7% of their income, leaving them with $1,300 to spend each month. Now, if this person's income increases to $3,000, they could save $600, or 20% of their income, while still living on $2,400. This allows for more spending and much more saving than before. Of course, everyone's situation is different, and $3,000 is still a modest income in the US, but it does offer some relief in the budget. If a person continues to increase their income to $5,000, $7,000, or even more, their ability to save also increases. And when I talk about saving, I'm not just referring to putting money in a savings account, but rather to how much you can set aside and invest to improve your financial situation. You should set aside a portion of your money to invest or to build an emergency fund. A regular savings account, for example, isn't the best investment option because it offers a relatively low return compared to other fixed income options. The book The Richest Man in Babylon says that those who set aside at least 10% of their earnings for the future will see their money grow. This happens because investing and reinvesting allow your money to increase over time, thanks to compound interest. We'll talk more about this soon. The main point here is how much you save each month. The book suggests starting with at least 10% of your income, which is a good start. However, if you earn $2,000 a month, saving 25%, or $500, might be too tight. In that case, start by saving 5% or 10% to build the habit of saving. Increase your income. The second factor is to also look for ways to increase your income. For example, if you're making $2,000 and eventually manage to earn $5,000, your situation changes significantly. Most people tend to spend all the extra income and end up in the same financial situation as before. But if you maintain the habit of saving, even with an income increase, your financial situation will improve. If you were already saving at least 10% of your income when you were making $2,000 a month, that meant saving $200 and living on $1,800. Now, if your salary increases to $5,000, you could save up to 40% of that amount, $2,000, and still live on $3,000. With an increase in income, both your spending power and your ability to save increase. This illustrates why it's important to seek a higher salary. I know it's easy to talk about going from $2,000 to $5,000 in theory, but in practice, it's challenging and may take time. However, we shouldn't settle for a low income. Invest in your knowledge to increase your chances of earning more and managing your money better. The book Secrets of the Millionaire Mind talks about measuring wealth by net worth, not just by income. This means adding up everything you own, like investments and cash in your accounts, and subtracting your debts to calculate your net worth. However, one of the top investors in the US stock market, Warren Buffett, emphasizes that while net worth is important, what really matters are the returns you get from your investments. It's those returns that pay your bills, not just the total value of your assets. It might seem confusing to hear different perspectives, but both are correct. Managing expenses and developing the habit of saving are crucial. Think of it like a faucet analogy, where the steady flow of money, your savings and investments, needs to be effectively managed. To put it simply, imagine your monthly income as water flowing into a container. If the container has holes, the water, or money, quickly leaks out and you can't save anything. But if you can increase your income and control your expenses, it's like having a solid container. This way, you accumulate money each month and earn returns, growing your savings reservoir. The higher your income and the better you control your expenses, the faster your money will grow. I noticed you haven't left a like yet, Please give us a thumbs up to help us bring even more financial content and assist others in becoming financially responsible. Now, thinking of your savings reservoir as your net worth, you'll see it grow over time as long as you keep earning more and managing your expenses. But saving alone isn't enough. It's crucial to invest the money you save. The first step is to build an emergency fund, which should be invested in fixed income options with quick access. I go into more detail about this in the video. Invest and reinvest. Once you've set up your emergency fund, you can start investing for the long term, focusing on returns from stocks and real estate investment trusts (REITs). For example, reinvesting dividends will create a snowball effect, where your earnings generate even more earnings over time. As the book The Richest Man in Babylon says, set aside a portion of everything you earn to ensure a more secure financial future. Take the money you have and make it work for you. Investing and reinvesting your returns is like making your money generate more money. At first, you might only earn pennies, but over time, both your net worth and your returns will grow. If you reinvest the gains from each month, the next month you'll receive a bit more because your money is working harder for you. And as your net worth increases, so do your returns. For example, if you earn 1% per month on a $1,000 investment, you'll get $10 in returns. But if you have $100,000 earning the same 1% per month, you'll receive $1,000. Over time, these returns will vary, but the main idea is that the larger your portfolio, the more you earn. The book Secrets of the Millionaire Mind discusses how net worth is important. The greater your net worth, the more money you attract. Even though the value of investments may fluctuate, it's crucial to focus on the fundamentals of investing and not worry too much about short-term fluctuations. During market dips, it's a good opportunity to buy more shares or units in solid funds. For example, when you buy real estate investment trusts (REITs) at lower prices, you receive dividends proportional to the number of shares you own. Therefore, even if share prices are low, you can still earn a good amount in dividends when the market recovers. As Morgan Housel says in The Psychology of Money, more than just high returns, what I want is to be bankruptcy-proof. The main goal of investing is to stay in the game long enough for compound interest to work in your favor. So, did you find the 3 factors of financial education helpful? I hope these tips have clarified how you can start better managing your money, saving, and investing in a simple and practical way. Remember, the magic is in applying these rules to your daily life and being consistent. Even if it seems small at first, every step counts, and over time, you'll see a significant difference. Put what you've learned into practice and see how your financial future can transform. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more valuable tips. See you in the next video.